Right, it's FA Trophy second round today against Eastbourne. Marc, how are you? I know you did an update a couple of days ago, but how are you now on the Saturday before the game?
As always, we enjoy being at Meadowbank and we enjoy playing football matches in front of our fans. And it's a competition where we've got the most glorious memories. Just speaking about that with BOA, it's hard to believe that when we play Stockport here, and we got that equaliser to take it to that famous replay, which we won 4-0. But we didn't have the bank and we didn't have the seated stand, and people just stood all behind the barriers. And then went to Edgeley Park and won 4-0, in which was probably the most defining game we've had in our history, despite everything we've had. So yeah, brilliant competition. So we're looking forward to it, and we've got last year's winning manager down, which is quite something.
Yeah, and we were just talking about him, weren't we, as well? He knows he's quite familiar here because obviously he's already been here once, well, in the FA Cup with Aldershot and pre-season with Aldershot. Quite a familiar opponent and well-respected manager in the game, isn't he, for somebody like yourself to go up against?
Yeah, we've obviously had lots of... we've got a great record against Tommy, really, I think, in the main with the Aldershot, you know, the sort of 4, 5 games, 6 games we played against them. It's a decent record. Tommy's a great manager, really good man, and I love his management style. It's right down my street. We had to have a giggle when we played the shots here, even when we're behind, we had to have a giggle. Tommy takes no prisoners. It's good to see that, really. So yeah, listen, he's a good man, and he's won the FA Trophy at Wembley with his son in the team. And in terms of life football goals, I think even a Premier League footballer would probably take that, wouldn't they? So, no, really good. So looking forward to it. Obviously, don't want to talk him up too much. He's now got a new project, and I think it is a bit of a project, to be honest. I think, but one thing for sure is he'll bring in the right players. He'll transform their team. It might not happen overnight, but they've got a good man in place.
And how are we looking ahead of this? Obviously, we've got the injuries and everything, but the squad in a good place, and you and the management team in a good place with the positivity around the group, and despite some of those injuries and those kind of setbacks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, the Alfie one is a massive setback. I mean, it just obviously gives us the extra option that nobody else, barely any strikers in the league run the other way these days. So Alfie, I mean, when you play like him and Jason and or Macca, these boys, Jose, it's so many threats for opposition. It's a big loss. You know, there's only so many big players you can lose. You know what I mean? I don't want to be disrespectful, but you can lose players in areas where you've got cover. But you know, when you lose like Rutherford, Carter, but we've just got to do it the hard way, James. I mean, the fans I know will be supportive. We asked the boys. We saw Ebbsfleet, Dover, we saw us just have this run of misfortune, and the boys have worked. They had everything, they had nothing else they could do except work hard at that point. We had no players, we had to work hard. They've worked really hard. Last week was one game too many. This will be a tough game today. We're just going to have to get on with it, mate. We've got the 2 Dans on the bench that look okay. We've got a training game versus Wimbledon down here Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So I'm sure if any of our season ticket holders ask a question, they can pop down and watch that quietly. And we'll see the 2 Dans. We'll see where they are. I mean, some of the games we've got coming up, you know, tasty clashes. You like the idea of Gallagher. You know what I mean? These boys, you know, they're big players for the club. So. The 2 Dans are back. Charlie is touch and go. I've got to be honest. We've got a situation whereby the swelling keeps appearing, so it's a touch and go one. We can't bring him back yet, so we're not sure where we are there. Jose's got a bit of a niggle.
Okay.
That's why he's on the bench today.
Okay.
We definitely didn't want to force him through it today. I think we forced him through it last week.
Yeah.
And we saw at Salisbury. I think he picked up the niggle on the Enfield game on the Saturday, Tuesday, because obviously we was at Salisbury, James, and without pride that day, he was amazing, and he run himself in the ground. And I think the Tuesday
had more minutes than you probably
100%.
Out of him,
I was gonna leave him out on the Tuesday. I said I think we leave him out because it was a bit of a no-brainer because Jace was back.
Yeah.
And we played him, put Jace on the bench, and I think he probably got a little nick in that game.
Yeah.
Standard stuff. He hadn't played any games.
Yeah.
He had a very high-intensity game, and then he picked up a nick. But he's going to be great for us, so we don't need to rush that.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
What about any updates with regards to Niall? And I can see Josh Hebert doing some stuff over there as well. I know the list is kind of quite long, and sometimes people do get missed out, and just kind of obviously flag some of those up for of clarity.
Well, yes, and do you know what? Another manager probably would moan even more than I do, because Niall's actually broke his leg twice in one season, which is quite remarkable. So Niall is recovering from a second fracture in one season.
And was that briefly just in that period that he was on here against Torquay?
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
So, that's where our luck is not good. Hebert, broken toe, a couple of weeks away probably.
Okay. Yeah.
But the good thing with that is when he's back, he's fit to fiddle. It won't take too long. No. And then George within a couple of weeks really. So. It's the list is decent.
Jordan,
he's back.
Okay.
Playing today.
Excellent.
Sorry, should have said. Yeah. I need to get better with the injury stuff. It's only because we've always got so many, so I just fucking forget. All I think about is the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jordan's back, and listen, he was unlucky not to get 3 MOMs back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, which is pretty remarkable. So I think we'll see Jordan today. I think we'll see a good performance from Jordan today.
Yeah, he was definitely missed last week at Farnborough, wasn't he, as well?
Just type of game it was. Big pitch.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, we've got a lot of work to do. Annesley's coming back from international duty earlier because he got booked. Okay. So he's suspended for the next game. Yeah, so it saves him being part of their next defeat.
Sent him back a play.
Yeah, sent him back, yeah. So it'd be 16-1 instead of 14-1. No, joking.
Yeah, no. I saw he was playing against
Montenegro.
With players from a lot of Italian sides, Juventus players, Lazio players.
It's a brilliant accolade, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for caring so much about that. And Louis Annesley's not even scratched the surface of what he's going to achieve here. Yeah. I do see him as part of our long-term project, and so I feel like that'll take care of itself soon. So we are where we are. Yeah. We've got to win matches with what we've got. We've got 2 wingers in great form. We've got Macca that are coming and playing the 10 today, and we know that is his absolute, that's his premium position. Yeah. But no doubt Tommy's team will make it hard for us.
Before we finish, Mark, today's game kicks off at 3 minutes past 3 because of the 3 Up campaign. Just tell us a little bit about that. I know you spoke about it a couple of days ago, but something that everybody in the National League North South is behind, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, personally, you know me, like to be outspoken. I want the National League to get 3 Up. I think the EFL, and they've done an amazing job for the game, but I think they also owe it to the game to keep that free movement going all the way down. Free movement is what makes the English football pyramid so exciting, and I feel like they've got to, obviously they've got to take their own, interests out of it and put the game first. And if they do, the National League then need to find a way of more promotions from South and North. No division, and all the way through the pyramid, no division can ever be bottlenecked. Teams in the league above and teams in this league and the North should not be fighting for one automatic slot because there's too much money goes into it and too many years pass you by. Wrexham was in there 13 years or something. Chesterfield 7 or 8. We've now got clubs that have fallen in there that might never come back out. Sutton United. So it doesn't work, and it bottlenecks these leagues. And if you look at the game as well now, the game is in the 6th and 7th tier is littered with young pros because of the academy system in the last 10-15 years. The game's different, so non-league isn't really non-league. So for me, they need more movement. Personally, 3 Up campaign, support it fully. I'd have also maybe took an eye on whether or not there's that regionalisation of the League Two. And you look at that and think, well, are the National League worried about losing a division? Because that may be why they don't want to campaign for that, because, what would make entire sense is merging the National League and League Two and making it regional, save on transport costs, shorter costs, distances for fans, lower costs for fans, and bigger attendances. So there is no argument that you can make to not agree with regionalising, and the recognition in that probably is the amount of pro clubs in the country. So you need the right people around the table. I'd happily get involved. It could mean that the National League loses one division. The National League becomes a North and South regional feeder league. Who knows, right? But the key is, no matter who agrees it, that there is free movement in the football pyramid, because there's too much money, time and effort goes against it to be bottlenecked. If you are in National League South or National League, if you finish second, York City, whoever did last year in our league, right? If you finish second and don't get promoted, you failed. If you finish second in the league above, in League Two, you've had a brilliant season. So it's got to be more equal. Zip that up, Eddie. Tell the people.
Okay, thanks,
Cheers,
Mark.
mate.
That's going to gather
People falling
pace and something to
asleep.
keep an eye on. Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
cheers, mate.
Good luck
Thanks,
this
mate.
afternoon. Thank
Cheers.
you.